Quick, you have 5 seconds to do this problem. Wrong. Unless you got it right. Then, good job. The answer to this problem would be 957. But without a calculator, would you be able to do this in under 5 seconds? Hello everybody, this is Matthew, and today on Brainstems, we're going to be going over some useful math tricks that you can use either in school or in your daily life. Just a note, this video is filled with basic arithmetic tricks, so if you're looking for tricks in algebra or calculus, this video is not for you. So let's jump right into it. So some of you may already know how to convert a repeating decimal into a fraction. For example, 0.7 repeating would be 7 over 9. And some of you may have memorized that any number over 9 would be that number repeating. But what if you were asked to convert 0.67 repeating into a fraction? Or if you were asked to convert 0.846 into a fraction? Well, there's an easy and simple trick to do this. What you want to do, first you want to count how many digits are actually repeating. So we can count 846, that'll be 846, 846, 846, so that's going to be 3 digits repeating. So 1, 2, 3. And from there, we put that number of 9s in the denominator of a fraction. So let's make our fraction here, and that's going to be 999. Because there are 3 digits, you have 3 9s. And now all we have to do is put the number that is repeating on top of the fraction. So 846 over 999. And you can simplify this to get 94 over 111. This is definitely a great trick for big numbers that are repeating with a lot of digits. Out of all the tricks I'm going to show you today, this one is probably my favorite. It's probably the most useful one that you're going to see all the time. Say you were asked to find 4% of 25. Now, that's not a hard question by itself, but you probably couldn't do this mentally in under 5 seconds. You'd probably go and say, okay, I'm going to multiply 0.04 times 25 and get your answer. But there's a much, much simpler way to do this. That's way less harder. So a trick I learned was x% of y is equal to y% of x. And this makes solving stuff way easier. Basically what this is saying is if you have 4% of 25, that is equal to 25% of x. And since we know 25% of something is a quarter of it, because like a quarter is 25 cents, that would be equal to 1. Oh, that should be a 4, sorry about that. So 25% of 4 would be 1, because it's a quarter of it. So our answer is 1. Everybody knows how simple it is to multiply by 11s for numbers under 10. For example, 3 times 11, 33, 5 times 11, 55, 7 times 11, 77, so on and so forth. And then maybe some of you have memorized a few numbers over 10, like how 12 times 11 is 132. If so, kudos to you. But how long would it take you to solve a problem like this? 11 times 36. Or a problem like this, 11 times 58. Probably not under 5 seconds mentally. But there is a really easy way to do it in your head in under 5 seconds. So first what we want to do is we want to separate these two numbers in your digits, so 3 and 6, and you'd add them up. So 3 plus 6 equals 9, and from there you'd put the 9 in the middle of the 3 and the 6. So what you're doing is you're taking the sum of these two, 3 plus 6 is 9, and you put it in the middle of them. So your answer is 396. Very simple, very, very simple. But let's see another scenario. 11 times 58, if we separate these two and add them up, 5 plus 8 is equal to 13. And if we try to put it in the middle, I don't think the answer of 11 times 58 would be 5, 1, 3, 8. That's just way too much. So this is how you would actually do that. All you would have to do, leave the 3 and the 8, and you just add this 1 to 5. So your answer would be 638, not 5,138. Multiplying by 11 is super simple. Note that this trick only works for two-digit numbers. This trick is not going to work for 3-digit numbers, 4-digit numbers, just 2-digit numbers. If any of you graduated the 3rd grade, you would know that 5 was an easy number to memorize the times table for. However, when you get a question like 416 times 5, it gets a little bit tricky to do in your head. Sure, you could multiply it out, but if you're under time pressure, it's going to be a little tricky. However, the trick for multiplying by 5s by an even number is super simple. All you have to do is start out by dividing the number you are multiplying by 5 by 2. So 416 divided by 2 would be 208. And all you have to do is add a 0 at the end. So 416 times 5 is equal to 2080. Very, very simple. Now, multiplying 5 by an odd number is just a little bit different than multiplying it by an even number, but it's still easy all the same. Let's say our problem was 5 times 97. So the first thing you would do is subtract 1 from the number you were trying to multiply. So 97 minus 1 is 96. And from here, you would divide 96 by 2. So 96 over 2 is equal to 48. And last step, you just add 5 on the end. So 5 times 97 would be 485. Now, squaring big numbers is not always fun, and it often is very time consuming without a calculator. This trick doesn't help you square every big number, but it does help you with the big numbers that fit into the category of 2-digit numbers ending in 5. So let's say your problem was 55 squared. First thing you would do is take your first digit, so that's going to be a 5, and you would multiply it by itself plus 1. So 5 times, and then 5 plus 1 is 6, so 5 times 6 equals 30, and all you would have to do is add a 25 at the end. So 55 squared would be 3,025. Again, this trick only works for any 2-digit numbers ending in 5. If you memorized your times tables in 3rd grade, you should have no problem multiplying small numbers by 9. But here's a trick for multiplying 9 by big numbers. Let's say the problem was 396 times 9. So since 9 is just 10 minus 1, so we'll replace the 9 with 10 minus 1. This problem is pretty much equivalent to 396 times 10. So 396 times 10 is 3960. And then 396 times 1 is itself. So 30960 minus 396. So basically what this is saying is 396 times 9 is itself times 10 minus itself. So 3960 minus 396 is equal to 3564. This trick helps, especially if you're better at subtraction than multiplication. Sure, you could write this out, but mental work is much quicker, much faster, more efficient. So here's an easy way to divide big numbers without using long division. By the way, this trick will not be completely mentally. You will have to show some work, but it is easier than using long division. So say you want to divide 10,350 by 9. So you want to set this up like you would a long division question. So with 9 outside the house, 10,350 inside the house, and then you want to put an R over the last digit, which is going to stand for remainder. And then from here, what we're going to do is we got to take the first digit in our question and move it up into the answer. So 1 is in the first position here. We move it up into the first position into the answer. And this is where it gets really easy. You take the number that's diagonally from it, diagonally down, and you add them together. So 1 and the diagonally down number is going to be 0. So So 1 plus 0 is 1. And you put that 1 into the second position. And then you just keep on repeating this pattern. So 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 5 is 9. 9 plus 0 is 9. And then you put that 9 in the remainder. So it's really that simple. And then when you get a remainder of 9, that means your number is divisible by 9. So you're going to add 1 to this answer, and you're going to take out that 9. So 1149 plus 1 is 1150. So 1150 is your answer. So that was pretty easy, but let's take a look at another scenario. So let's say you want to divide 5, 2, 3, 40 by 9. So let's set it up like we did the first question. Put an R over the last digit and move this first digit up. So you got 5, and then let's add them up. 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 3, and that's going to give you 10. But we cannot fit 2 digits in here. We can only fit 1. So here's the solution for this issue. You take the sum of these, so 7 plus 3 is 10. You got 10, and you subtract 9 from it, which gives you 1. Now, 1 is what you put in here, so third position is 1, but you gotta change the number before it. The number before it, you have to add 1 onto that, so 7 becomes 8, because you're adding 1 to it. So far we have 5, 8, 1, and then you just continue that pattern. 5 plus 4 will give you 5, and 5 plus 0 will give you 5. So your answer will come out to be 5, 8, 1, 5, with a remainder of 5. Pretty simple, much easier than going through long division. Remember that this trick is not completely mentally, but it's better than going through long division. So the final trick of the day will be approximating square roots. And this final trick will not give you the exact answer for any square root, but it will give you an answer really, really close to the exact one. So let's say your question is you want to find the square root of, let's say, 85. So first thing you want to do, you want to find the perfect square that's the closest to that number. So hopefully you've memorized your perfect squares and would know that 81 is the closest one to 85. So let's find that square root of that perfect square, which is equal to 9. And then what you want to do is you want to divide 85 divided by 9. So 85 over 9 is approximately equal to 9.44. When you're going to divide that, you only really need 2 decimal places. Unless you want to be like super, super close, then go ahead by all means. But I'm only going to use up to 2 decimal places. So you got 9.44, and now you have these 2 numbers. You want to find the average of these 2. Let's go ahead and do that. So 9 plus 9.44, you need to add up these 2 numbers, and because there are 2 numbers, you're going to divide them by 2. So if you go ahead and do that average, you're going to get 9.22. So the average of 9 plus 9.44 divided by 2, that is 9.22. And then that is going to be your approximate answer for the square root of 85. If you do go ahead and do the exact answer of square root of 85 in a calculator, you're going to get 9.21, which is not the exact, this means this is going to be the exact answer, but it's pretty darn close. So yes, this trick is for approximating square roots. It's not going to give you an exact answer, but it's going to give you a very close answer. So those were my 9 math tricks that you probably don't get taught in school. These tricks are here for you in case you forget a calculator or you need to solve problems quickly and mentally. In the description, I'm also going to include a link to a little practice sheet with answers so you can practice these tricks that I taught in the video in case they pop up on a math quiz. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing, as that would help me a lot. This is Matthew from BrainStems. Thank you for watching. See you next time.